Let there be light. Right. Ha! I left the board up top of the stairs. Okay. No, you're fine. So I noticed the other day when I took this upstairs that it was wobbling on my countertop, but this tells me it is completely flat on that side. That's what my square tells me. I see nothing underneath that, but it was. I had a bit of a giggle. Oh, okay, there's a slight, I got a slight wobble corner to corner in one direction. Okay, so this is going to need to get milled again. Other thing I wanted to check was the other board. It's down somewhere where I don't kick it. This one's not been upstairs and not been checked, but bleh. Did I chop this down? Yeah, I chopped it down. Bit of finish, but I want to check this one as well, just to make sure that I'm on the same boat. I need a long square apparently. It's fine that way. And that is. Oop. Because both of them have got a bit of a fucking twist on them, which is interesting. Well, when I say interesting, I mean a bit of a pain in the ears. That's fine. Okay, so one side's good on both, but we've got a bit of a tiny giggle, which is nothing really unusual. The other thing I noticed, was because of the fire, let's call it the fire alarm incident, I noticed that this never got routed properly. So I just want to give that a little And yes, I should have been wearing a mask. That gives, the second pass sometimes gives a much nicer edge. So this is going to have to get milled again a little bit. But before that can happen, I've got a couple of natural holes from the dukes. So I want to get a little bit of glue in those recesses. Not too much, just a smidge. Want these to fill up. Everything else is solid. It's more the natural defects in the walnut. I'm finding that this walnut especially is a little bit let's go with fragile, the best term for it. I don't mind that too much. It's a bit of a natural defect there which I'm not going to be able to deal with, I don't think, but that is life. And doing this glue, especially on the well, this is going to get milled, so I'm not worried about too much squeeze out. So I may be lucky with this. It's where I mill it. Maybe we're going to lose this defect here. That's hard for you to see. Maybe we'll lose that defect a little bit. Like maybe this glue up is for nothing. Maybe it's going to get completely knocked out. But that is pretty solid. I do say so myself. I do say so. I'm not taking much off, but maybe I'm going to lose those two little holes from the bugs as well. We will see. So overall plan right now would be to let this dry, get the Piot board on the mill for another quick run. That'll be the plan. Piot gets another run, this can dry up, and while I'm doing the Piot board I'll switch the boards. And the laugh is the Piot board doesn't actually need, do not put it in the glue, Dowsett. It doesn't need that much. It does, because it's got a gig on it, but where's my shim? Shim, 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 shimmy, shim, shim, shiroo. Oh god. We may be pulling a double pass. What do you put on here? So it's about 0.32. Right, it has been, what they say, a day, about 10 hours straight, and I am done. Right. Oh, I deserve that. Tonight, we're going to run a little edge on the Piot board, and then we're going to get to sanding. It would probably be helpful if I actually have the board actually with me, which is stupid. Today's music, I know where the board is. Today's music is Alice in Chains, Jar of Flies. Always helps if you actually have the board. A lot of That's just breaking the edge more than anything else. I'll probably round off these edges later as well. it seems like the extra, this is the first board I did with the roller actually, and I like the roller, and obviously it was the new saw blades, but I don't like, there wasn't much squeeze out, so I've got gaps, so I'm going to have to do a bit of filling, which is fine. Which means a bit more sanding, but yeah, the bottom's gappy. Top is solid apart from a little bit of there's a couple of little hairline buggers there, but nothing serious. That's easy. This is easy to fix. If you ever find a piece of chalk when you want one, that's easy to fix, but the bottom is like all over the shop. Yeah, I think the trick of the glue roller is I've used it before. Stay away. There's more glue, for sure. Stay away. Okay, so we pause. So we do some spaghetti. I had an idea. So let's pause. Back in there. So I got a couple of fairly big gaps in me nuts, me walnuts. So we are going to make some paste. Searching for walnut now. Or a little bit of walnut. Just a little bit. So I've got some 80 grit. Probably need a new bit. I probably need a new pair of bloody sandpaper. I've seen other people do this, but I've never tried it, so this will be a learning experience. Come on. Second thing this is make sure the glue joints. I put more squeeze up. And then do this. Come on. This is how we got afterwards. Sorry. Yeah, it's going to be touching it. That's all. There's a peel. Onto wrap. Give me tips and tricks how to do this. Design, make it up. Come on. Yeah, that's just brilliant. Oh, this is nice. This is such a good time. Let's sand this way. I'm turning the dust direction. I'll get this. I'm turning the dust direction down. So that's some dusting into this. I'm just going to this, which I do more. So I've got this. Which is some blue ones. Oh, you got this. I'll take this out. We've switched music. More Alice in Chains though. So, I didn't film because I was doing it really quickly. I've hit this up and I've sanded it really quick. The sawdust where it's needed was actually really good. There's a few little pinholes that I'm about to fill up now. And I wish I was joking. I'll do it with a syringe. Till I'm not a nurse. You bury your brother. This is another exploration. I've never done this before. Fail. Should probably put the needle on that before I do that. Breeze underwater. Right, another day, another dollar, so they say. Phones. It is lunchtime. I'm gonna get some sanding done for 45 minutes or something. Nothing too serious. Well, nothing too serious. Did I turn these on? I'm not sure I turned my headphones on. How on? This lunchtime's music is Northern Lithium. Let's get to sanding. So I've got a lot of sanding to do. Regarding this, regarding the sides. That's done. I need to put it in oil. But I think I'm going to oil it here. Better light. Yeah. Won't you get with me? I need my oil. You have to manage expectations with clients, or my boss, as the case may be. When you send them a picture and go, "Hey, this," and I'll show you the picture. You can see how pink that looks, but that will darken down. But in actual life, it's not that fucking neon pink. So be careful when you're sending pictures. Right. You can't see it, but I can. I can see the oil just soaking in. So I'm gonna go and give this 15 minutes, but I'll leave the video running, and I'll try and remember to speed it up at this point, and you can just see, because you can see the glaze on it. Oh, I can move the camera. Ooh. I can move the camera so you can actually see it dry. But then that's almost like watching paint dry, so I'm not going to subject you to that. But I can see it going in. I can see the sheen coming off. So my first pass is always just what you saw me do. Let it soak, Other side, same thing, and then it's rinse and repeat essentially. People do get their boards and dunk them in mineral oil, which I don't use, but I'd have to buy a gallon of this and then have a massive pot all of the time. I prefer doing it this way and then coming down over the next subsequent days and just, you know, morning before I go to work, top it up, lunchtime, top it up, and just back and forth. And I can keep an eye on it that way rather than dunk it in oil for an hour. It would be faster because the board would just soak it, but I like to let it take it its own rate. And I can see the walnuts taking it really well. The cherry and the purple heart is going, but the Piot is sitting and thinking. You have to let it just chill. And of course you have to keep an eye on the ends, because where the ends are actually end grain, then what's going to happen is that will dry in faster. So I'm not going to make you watch this. I'll film again when I flip it over and do the other side, and I'll show you this. I might actually just, when this is soaked in, I might buff it and just show it to the camera a little bit so you can see it, because it is pretty. That's waxed, that is waxed. So what we're going to do is most of this is actually soaked in pretty well. So we're just going to give us a quick wipe down. Just so you can see the difference between the picture and then we'll do the other side. So he says trying to not drop it. The difference between the picture and actually how this looks as this oil soaks in is actually night and day. It's not that bright pink, but let's give this side a bit of a, that should really make a better hole than that. So this, now sit. So this is just sitting like this. Nice, 50 code. Okay, I'll check this away. I'll go back. Have you been release? There's something going on that same level as I just did here, and it won't absorb. Then no, the whole board will be nice and saturated. You know that? Puff it off, wax it. And that's it. Beautiful. It's pretty well done. So I'll edit this video, get it up, and then you guys will see this in the last video when I wax it. And we're done. And we can give it to the customer. So, a successful Wednesday night's work. It's been a little bit longer than normal because of work being busy, but I'm super happy with the way this turned out. Peace.